Dan came here again. He's going to tell us what's new with CGRateS.
Yeah, so thank you for organizing again, huh? All guys, wonderful. Yeah. So, my name is Dan Bogos. I'm part of CGRateS project. For who did not hear about us yet, we are located in Bavaria, Germany. Over 9 years of experience with both server-side solutions in wholesale as well as retail. And yeah, we educate ourselves towards responsibly understanding the real-time processing constraints and what everybody or a lot of us experienced, the seriousness of light system outages. This is our background. This is how we came up towards CGRateS. We were designing large VoIP infrastructures, and we needed a reliable because we have a lot, and we have a lot of components. It's a pluggable solution, so you can get it in your infrastructure. It's able to accommodate new components. It was designed to accommodate new components into ISP network. For example, add a new VoIP switch in your network, an SMS service, and put CGRateS to help you billing that. It's what we focused on a lot. It's non-intrusive into existing setups, so we should not participate into influencing your switch or your switch crashes. We just share information with your switch, and it's the responsibility of the switch administrator to take decisions based on that. So the power, we transfer it to you. We don't ask you to route your traffic towards a specific like Mammoth environment or something. It's all pluggable. It's fully open source. The full sources you can find on GitHub. Fork it, modify it, make it better. We are happy to do that. No add-ons, so we don't put our business models towards selling add-ons in separate private. We don't do that. And there is a community behind, ever growing, and you can get hold of it over various channels. We are performance oriented. As a real-time solution, we needed to be able to move a lot of traffic. We have focused a lot on building an advanced caching system. That's actually the secret behind our performance. This caching system, it's transactional. It has a lot of this LRU, the least used record. It will be kicked out, and hottest information will be always kept in memory. Everything what we do, it's asynchronous, so it's towards non-blocking stuff and performance. We use microthreads for that, so we are not limited by the system threads and system thread limitations. You can do theoretically millions of microthreads. Test-driven development as a rating engine, this was the top priority for us. We should be reliable. So as I speak, we have about 1,600 tests, part of our test builds. So this works as our guard. We feel more secure by doing this. We have a modular architecture. We did it cloud ready. We have microservices. You can, as I told you, we have various components which you can start, stop, make them talk to each other on the same server or spread over different even locations. They all talk to each other between themselves over RPCs. This can be internal within process or between processes. It's easy to enhance it by rewriting specific component. You are not happy about our implementation. You take, for example, our, I don't know, CDR server out, you put your own and just keep our rating part and so on. Feature rich, we do various things. We do a buzzword at some point. Multi-tenancy from day one. We are a rating engine, again, the original part of the system with derived charging and a number rating. It starts being popular here around wholesale carriers to do a number rating. Account balances, management with bundles. We do very complicated setups with bundles, combining data, SMSs, this kind of playground of MVNO providers. We do session management or event charging with balance reservation, refunds. Again, complicated things. Imagine that you need to refund out of a bonus and so on. So it can, and also in real time, it can become quite some fun to work with. CDR logging, which I will talk a bit about today, with support also for interim records. We have fraud detection with automatic mitigation, so you can leave the system while you sleep to even shut down accounts for you. If something does not look right, you can do various escalation procedures and so on if fraud is detected. LCR module with QoS, so it can take decision based on the routes quality of your suppliers. It can do also LCR over bundles, which is not very common but useful. You can get like 1,000 minutes, which can be used for free in the weekend from a supplier of yours. This LCR is able to consider that. Call statistics with pattern monitoring and stuff like that. Calculate ASR ACD in real time and also react on it based on pattern. Diameter server, useful again in MVNO scenarios, in 3G, 4G, XG. Then resource allocation controller, if you want to give your customers a number of channels or resources, it's possible to CGRateS. Built-in high availability, so we can maintain active, various components, active, passive, and so on. There are a lot of combinations you can do inside. And we educate ourselves to be agile in developing new features. A bit about history. We started around 2012. And ever since, we will keep pushing code. This code would represent features for us because we are pretty conservative in adding a lot of code. So our code, we try to keep our code base as small as possible, but it was growing out of unplanned feature introduction and implementation. Most of our, actually all of our code is written in Go. We were quite pioneers in Go in 2012. When we started with CGRateS, Go was in weekly release. So it was quite interesting to grow CGRateS and also Go. So we grew together, I think. And yeah, we provide our own testing tools, so you can estimate how fast your system is based on your own data. So you see a CGR tester. Within the same process, we have estimated around 82,000 requests per second in calculations, and outside from a different programming language, from Python, for example, via APIs, we got almost 5,000 requests per second. CDR server, this is what the component responsible about CDRs. It's accessible via a number of different APIs, so you can push CDRs into CGRateS via JSON, HTTP REST, GOB, whatever. There are a number of APIs already available to you. You can also push over offline CDR import, so if you get the CDRs from your suppliers over CSV, XML, fixed width value, all these are supported. It's automated, so iNotify will will tell us when you get the CDR into the folder, and we automatically pick up, so it's close to real time from the moment you push it in. We can monitor various folders there and have various import templates and logic per each folder, so you get a lot of functionality also there. What's important for the open source world, we have plugins for a lot of open source solutions. So we have for Asterisk, for example, via ARI, we have FreeSwitch via FSOC, then we have Kamailio via EVAPI, and we also have OpenSIPs via the new module which OpenSIPs core developers wrote it, mode CGRateS. And of course, regarding the required thing by mobile operator, we have diameter support. We have derived charging support. These things are session emulation, so if you get a lot of distributors and resellers in your network, then you can use derived charging. You get one CDR and fork it into unlimited. So in this way you can get reseller or distributors chaining, or inbound versus outbound traffic charging. So you know how much you need to charge your customer and how much your supplier will charge you. We have real-time CDR replication and CDR exporter for CDRs which we store. And there is another useful component in regards to CDRs, the CDR stats, which is calculating stats in real time for you. So you know, as I told, ASR, ACD, PDD, and or average call cost for the CDRs which are in our queues. These queues are very performant. They are in memory, so you can get quite heavy traffic thrown on it, and a lot of configuration parameters again. And also it can be also part of fraud detection, so you monitor the stats of your customers. Just a quick look on how you can process the CDRs. Via various interfaces, we pass it over through internal components. We can store it or not on our side, and that's the part I wanted to tell about performance. This CDR replicator can pick the CDR from the moment we are done with rating, which means few milliseconds after you have sent us the CDR, and it can send it to you via a number of transports. For example, it can send via HTTP JSON or HTTP REST to you back, and or put it in a queue, the new module which we have just implemented. So it's very useful because you can get your own database schema in this way. You don't need to query any more CGRateS, and you stay fast because on all this path there is almost no disk involved. So that means very fast. And from the moment you send it to CGRateS to the moment you get it already rated on your side, it's few milliseconds. So you get CDRs rated like from the cloud, but with your own instance of rating. So I think I did it. So I have time for one question, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You have tariff plans based on time thresholds, time usage.
What do you mean by time usage?
For example, you after 1,000 minutes, you have
Different price.
a different price.
Yeah, we do that through using different account bundles or balances. So you give 1,000 with a price, and after 1,000 it's gone, automatically you consume out of another one with different price.
Okay.
Yes, please?
What data type do you use for computing the charges?
What do you mean by?
Yeah, what data type? So like floating point or special data type to avoid rounding errors, for example?
How do we keep our balances, you mean? In float we keep, but we round after each operation on it. Because we had some issues with float type. But we came out that, in Go, there is no stable solution yet for decimals like in Python is. So we work with float, but after every operation, we are rounding it. We apply rounding on it. So in the end, we get like others are using big numbers for it, because it sort of is the same solution, but in a different way implemented. Yes, please.
Question?
Can the values be the source of procedures?
It's in the next couple of months, yes. We are actively, it's an active project for us now. After diameter, it will be radius.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you very much. Thanks.